A very, very warm welcome, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, konnichiwa everyone, and welcome to race number 3. Today we are going to Japan, an absolutely beautiful track. It is time for the Academy race. Well, the Academy qualifying to start today. Unfortunately, we have Franz Plaka not able of joining the commentating box, but he passed over his mic to a good old friend and co-commentator from us, Lynx. Welcome. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely amazing. Is absolutely amazing day in Japan. We've got a 5.8 kilometer circuit to go through today, about 26 laps, and it's an absolute banger for a lot of strategy, and it's great to see all of the cars coming out of the pits and getting ready to come around because it's gonna be a good one.
It definitely will be, and today we have the pleasure of racing on a very, very special track. Japan Suzuka, a beautiful track, a tricky first section, but a lot of history is there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely tons of history. We have the massive rivalry between the McLaren teammates of Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna, both in their own rights, amazing drivers. And Suzuka was one of those tracks where it was on the end of the calendar, and it was usually placed where if somebody crashed the other out, they could win the championship. Now that isn't the case in Cone, because obviously it is round 3, so a long way to go, no need to crash anyone out just yet.
Definitely not just yet, and hopefully we won't see any carnage into turn 1 at the beginning lap 1. The most exciting one, it's down to every single driver who will be the most patient one at the beginning, but for every viewer as well who maybe hasn't been informed just yet why we're having a full qualifying, had a vote for CRA for the Academy team to do a full qualifying set here, and we are going to give it a try, see how everyone is going on. And yes, we are starting in qualifying 1 with 15 minutes 20 left to go, and joining Greg's game center here, very first attempt of setting a good lap time here. The very first sector is one of the toughest sections as well of the track. Greg is already on it, about to leave the S section here as well, coming towards the Denga curve, turn number 8, very, very quick turn. You can take it flat out, but obviously it is a very, very tricky part of the track. Seeing him shifting down to gear number 2, quick upshift as well to 3rd gear, get early down to the big hairpin as well, down to the spoon, turn for the long straight. It's very, very important, it's crucial here to get down the throttle very early, upshifting to 7th gear, 8th gear, and now the very, very famous 130R turn. You can 100% take it flat out, and maybe we'll see breaking at the board. Is he going to be able to cut the curb on the right and cut again? He just missed the curb on the left side, trying to stay inside line to have the time as short as possible. He's crossing the line at 130.6 to start of the day, but we have some followers as well. Mean Man Moody just improved the time to 30.399, currently P1.
That's absolutely amazing, and they're actually about 3 seconds off Lewis Hamilton's pole time in qualifying 3 already. So, and Sniper Boy Hart PS gets a 129.4, pushing it down to the 129s now. It's going to be an absolutely amazing run going towards the lap record around here. And this is CRA.
Yes, very impressive already in the early stage, and don't forget we have track evolution as well, so the track will become faster and faster for crossing the line and setting first lap times. I think just did a out lap here to warm up his tires, a 36.8. It doesn't look like he was flying lap, but again, the S section is so crucial if you're just entering the first turn on the wrong way. You talking about losing a lot of time. The driver who has impressed us through the last couple of qualifying sessions, free fall already on 27.7, a huge difference to P2 Sniper Boy on a 29.4. We know we have some more fast guys as well, like Piero and who else was it? Jay Wills. Ben is always a very, very close battle. Let's see who will be able to take the pole position here from Mr. Full at Suzuka.
Honestly, that 127.7, he's already right on par with Lewis Hamilton's qualifying time, right off the bat. And Mean Man Moody, I'm not sure whether he's just... I'm not sure whether he's just crashed or whether he's actually just lost connection to the game, and it looks like he's just slow, and he might have crashed coming out of turn number 3 or 4, and that is a really hard one to get done.
Definitely, indeed. I think he did crash out. I saw a yellow flag as well parking here, but it's so much traffic here going on. Reverend on the in lap right now. He just set a time. Hopefully he was. It's always very, very tricky here to leave some space as the Ferrari went off track as well to make sure nothing is happening, but there's a huge train behind him. Let's see who it is. I think it's a Red Bull Michi Joy. No, it's not Michi Joy. He's an outlap, the other Red Bull Rough Bolt. But who is that? There's another...
Jay Wills in the wall by there as well. It's a really slippy track and is a really hard one to get done right. There is a Red Bull of BX37 just going out the way now for Hedgehog, going up to the the hairpin now. Next corner they have to actually worry about is Spoon Curve, and that's a really hard one to get done as well. You can just stray off and invalidate your lap, and it's a really hard one. It's a really hard track in general, just to get right, just to pinpoint every single turn.
Indeed, definitely, it's a very, very tough track to rate at, but it's a old track as in history, one of the oldest to race at, usually one of the later EXO Championship decider. However, we have the few driver already finishing a lap time. Just see who is on a flying lap right now. Is that a Red Bull behind? See, he's on. Is it Michi? No, it's not Michi. It's Rathbull. Let's stay with Rathbull for an entire lap and see. So he doesn't set lap time. Just was waiting for just a small mistake. He was waiting for the drivers to warm up the track to get a bit more time down on the board. But small mistakes. Be careful there on the curb. You don't want to touch the curb. It will really catch you off guard. You can take this usually flat out, a bit of braking to be on the safe side. Missing the curb on the right hand side. It looks stable, definitely, but will it be fast? That's the most important question here. A very tough on as well on the early photo. He had to do some corrections here, not to lose the car and to crash out. I speak from experience that my very first league races ended up in the wall in qualifying and in the race, so that was very unfortunate. But Roughbull was much better here, trying to accelerate a little bit earlier. Is he going to invalidate? Very, very close. Caught his car as well, but now it's just down to 130R and 2 more turns before he can set his first lap time. Avoiding the curb on the left, going very wide outside, braking a little bit earlier than the 100-meter board, I think, as the 100-meter board is missing, and he's about to cross the line, staying on the outside line, activating. His time is a 1:29.5, currently P6, but we haven't even noticed Ben. BX37 Pro was able to make a 27.9 for P2. Impressive time as well from him, just 2 tenths behind Freefall. Driver really looking fast here, and there's a lot of traffic as well going on. I think it might be LW. Okay, how do you pronounce the name? Liat? Liviat?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. But there is quite a bit of traffic. It's the hairpin. It's the uphill hairpin. That's what we're calling it.
The uphill hairpin.
Uphill hairpin, start of sector 2. That's where it is.
Wonderful. Just on board as well here for the racing point. I think we have a driver. If you would be able to have a quick look who the reserve is in the racing point. Maybe he's doing his debut. About to enter the last turn here. Look promising so far. Is he staying inside line? He's going wide as well. Activating DRS on time, and he made a 1:29.8. 34 currently P9. A reminder for everyone who's not comfortable, used to full qualifying. A qualifying 1, you want to have the top 15 will proceed into qualifying 2. He needs to be very careful. Now he's letting Sniper Boy pass. Talking about him, let's just have a quick look if he's on a quick flying lap. He is indeed, yes. Currently P3, so you don't really have to be outside if you're P3 with that time, but he invalidated his lap time anyway. He can just go straight into the pit, save his tires, straight until other drivers are improving their lap times. But before I change the subject, qualifying 1, you have the top 15 proceeding to qualifying 2, then you just made a small mistake, don't crash out. Just a small, which is alright so far. Be careful in the traffic. And then qualifying 2, to sum it all up, you have the top 10 proceeding as well to qualifying 3, where it's all about who is starting on pole position. Are you following any driver at the moment, Lynx? Any driver you have an eye on at the moment?
At the moment, I'm having a look at Hedgehog. He looks like he's on a flying lap now, going through the back straight, just going up to 130R, and he's 7th at the moment, but he has a lot to improve on, and we know he can improve. He was voted as the best, the best driver of CRA Russia, almost winning the Driver of the Week awards, and he stays in place. He was 7 seconds off his actual lap. So I'm not sure whether he was just on a slow lap as... I
think it looks like he's just starting his lap right
now.
If you want to talk us through the lap.
Yeah, so Hedgehog now coming across, and he's just invalidated just a bit too far over the curb, getting out the way for the Alfa Romeo of CRL Murphy. He's got to be doing good today. He's listening into the comms. He's here to listen to my my amazing Welsh accent, as we all know. And he invalidates his lap as well, just going a bit too oversteery. You see, my exact presence has made him spin.
The commentator curse as well here for Murphy. Again, very unfortunate. I think we have a Haas as well on the flying lap. Grex is in the pit. Is it Gautier Lefalon on a lap time at the moment? It is, yes. You don't really have to do another lap time if you're in the top 10 at the moment. A 29.3 would be tough as well. Beat, however, he's on another flying lap. He's improved as well by 1/10 for sector 2. It looked purple. Murphy's just in the way a little bit. Murphy unlucky there in front of Gautier. Is he gonna finish his lap? He is still very, very confused. Did he improve his time? I think he did not. Murphy just the Haas driver and interrupting him for the last section. We do have a few retirements already. Let's see who else is on a lap. We have Ryan Mills on a lap. He's currently in P11. He's just starting his lap time right now. We do have as well some viewers. We have 20 in the chat. Chat looking at the moment.
The chat at the moment, we've got El Wiat. I probably pronounced that completely wrong. He's one of the newcomers in the Racing Point. Also, we have Mazzles as the Ferrari of Ryan Mills just hits that corner. It's just the S section that's taking everyone out at the moment. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, we have 2 replacement drivers today of Mazzles and El Wayat 444, both in the Racing Point. And we've had more retirements. So we have 3 of the top 4 that's retired at the moment to go for the Q2. And we still got 16th, 17th, and 18th all still up for grabs to push forwards. And we have Pheasant in the chat now just telling it Wyatt. That could be the pronunciation of it.
Wyatt.
Honestly, we have no idea what's going on. So
talking about names is always a good subject to talk about. I have my issue well. Has got here live along. Unfortunately, Pheasant is not here, so he can't correct me right now. But just to mention, Ghost as well in the Renault, he was able to improve his lap time and to go into qualifying 2. He is now on a 1:30.4. Very impressive from him. I remember that he had his issue as well, a newcomer to the league. P12 at the moment at 1:30.4, and Michi George, I don't think he's gonna make it. He's low fuel and he's invalidated his lap time, so it looks like that he's gonna be out, and as well as Crash Gaming and Greg's Game Center as well out in qualifying 1 here, with 48 seconds left on the clock. Unfortunate for those 3 drivers. Let's see who's still out. We have Goes, I think he's on an in-lap. Everyone else is already in the pits. Greg is trying to go on an outlap, but he won't make it in 30 seconds around the entire track. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be it for the first qualifying 1 session already here at CRA. We have currently P1. Free fall is considered to be one of the stronger driver in qualifying on Saturday, 27-7, but closely followed by Ben, just saying free fall, don't run away, I'm still here, and don't forget me. Also have Sniper Boy in P3 and Piero, and moving further, and we are going to jump into qualifying 2 within just a few minutes. So, Piero as well made it through qualifying 1. Gautier Lefalin in the house, 1.6 seconds behind Reverend Melvin Williams. The same as well make it through to Rough Bolt in the Red Bull 1.8 seconds, the top time at the moment. Hedgehog in the Renault as well, just about, and now his teammate in the Renault as well goes and made it into Q2. Murphy, Alfa Romeo, giving another chance as well to be part of qualifying 2 with a teammate, and not to Mills and Ryan Mills as well. Results in the Racing Point, and Ryan Mills in the Ferrari made it through to Q2.
While we're waiting for everyone to come onto the track for Q2 now, I'm just going to run through the standings at the moment. So, if you don't know, living under a rock or just haven't been here last week, we do have a combined Constructors' Championship between all 4 of our tiers now. So, we have Mercedes first place with Renault 10 points behind. Ferrari are in third, so we're looking for a pretty nice performance at the moment. McLaren are just behind them, followed by Haas, Williams, AlphaTauri in 7th. The other Italian Alfa Romeo behind them in 8th, Racing Point, and then Red Bull. So Red Bull are being a bit shown up by their sister team, the Italians. But hopefully they can pull something back up with Raf Bult. And yeah, the academy standings at the moment. Piero's at the top of it. Freefall's just behind him, and Jay Wills has quite a bit to play for as well. But he hasn't qualified very far up the grid. But it's Japan. Anything could happen.
Indeed, definitely. Anything could happen, especially in Japan. So many terms, the elevation change as well, so crucial for the early acceleration while we are on board here watching the Williams. Absolutely beautiful with the camera settings and just enjoying for a moment the beauty of Suzuka. Usually the champion, but before we go ahead, let's just have a quick eye at the tire selection. We do see some people already on the medium compound tire who would like to race on the medium and have a go for a long run at the beginning. But we are on board right now with Sniper Boy, and there's Red Bull in the way, and this is gonna be...
Oh, that was contact as well. That's not gonna be very good. That's gonna be reported. Raf Bult just getting in the way on his outlap, and that's definitely penalty worthy, I would say.
Definitely, this is something for us to look into later, and Sniper Boy unfortunately has to do another lap on his tires. Maybe he can consider joining in the medium tires, but very, very unfortunate. Maybe as well a question of assist. If you have the pit release assist activated, a small tip, it will help you definitely a lot to gain control on the exit of the pit if you learn to drive without. But we are academy, so mistakes happen as Red Bull now. Let's Sniper Boy as well pass. However, let's join someone else. I think the say the Ferrari is on a quick lap, but his type as well. How about our Racing Point? Mazzles, apologies if I pronounce the name wrong, I am not the greatest in that one, but he is just sneaking around the S section early on the throttle, trying just a small lift on the throttle as well. But what is his sector 1 time? 32.6. Let's see, he's just missing the curb a little bit, going a little bit wide. To make another lap. Right now in just approaching the spoon section. Let's see how he's doing currently. Looking very stable, just a little bit of braking, just touching the brakes, very beautiful. Let's keep up the pace and accelerating early down the hill and up the hill straight away again to 130R. And at the meantime, while I was talking, we had the first medium run, Piero and McLaren in 29.6, and very, very close behind Gautier Lefalon, a name I will never be able to pronounce correctly, both in the medium tires, 29.8, and Muscles just a bit slower on the soft tires and a 30.2 currently in P3.
Yeah, so we've got some interesting tire selections at the moment. Mazzles and Sniper Boy Hart possibly on the soft tires from Q1, just to push it out there, get a banker lap in, and we have Freefall now with a 128.8, just pushing that gap ever so further on as Sniper Boy now comes over a 128.3. So edging across to that 127.3, going past Lewis Hamilton. And this would be absolutely amazing if they could just go past the fastest lap of the currently 7-time world champion. I know it's virtual, but it's virtual.
Yeah, it was one of the
sorry, Steiny, we can't quite hear you. I'm not sure whether it's an audio issue or something, but you might keep on cutting out. Everything seems to be going absolutely haywire when Pheasant isn't here.
Yeah, we definitely miss Pheasant for sure. I hope the audio is a little bit better right now. As we have
It's still cutting out a little bit. We do have a few drivers on some fast laps now. Just trying to find someone we could go on board with. I think Reverend Melvin might be on a bit of a fast lap. No, he isn't. Just looking for more people. Ryan Mills is coming across Sector 2. He'll be starting his flying lap for the next time round, possibly. Just coming around the final turn now. Possibly bumping up the ERS? No, he's diving into the pits as well. So we're at this point now in qualifying where everyone's just going into the pits, or they're just on their outlaps now, just trying to get something in. A lot of the drivers going on to the mediums. And, yeah, it's, quite some interesting strategy at the moment.
I'm just trying to find the issue for my audio as well. It keeps lagging, as I can read in the chat. Not 100% sure why that's the case.
It seems to be fine at the moment, but
hopefully
this is Kona, guys. It's gonna. Everything's broken.
Wonderful. It's always lovely that everything is working absolutely perfectly fine, as we are on board here with Ghost on another flying lap. I think one of the few cars quick right now, just missing the cap again. It's an invalidation. It's not. He was lucky there, braking very late for this turn, trying to be as early as possible on the throttle. Just had to do a small correction there, but still looking good and fast so far. I'm trying to be a little bit quicker, medium runner, touching the curb on the left, having to brake a little bit hard here, trying to be early in the throttle, going wide on the exit, and as well staying on the outside. 130R, absolute beautiful turn, especially if you go side by side. Lucky him, he doesn't have to be side by side, because there would be an absolute time consuming here in the last turn, going downhill. Beautiful as well for F1 2020 not to have to bump, and currently has a 1:29.9 run E7. Wonderful. It does look like that everything is working fine right now. Let's hope
I was
so.
just hearing in as well. Sorry for the quiet. Just trying to make sure that these mic issues are somewhat fixed for everyone's pleasure at the moment. So, more track facts. What can we expect in the race? What kind of moves do you think are possible? And who should we be looking out for in the race?
A great question. I think the first and most important task will be just to survive turn 1, because it is such a tricky turn when you're all close together. I'm always like to say half right turn, but there's not such a thing of a half right turn. But this straight going down into turn number 2, I'm not too sure what happened there at the moment. For the racing point, but turn number 1, hopefully we will not see a safety car at the early stage of the race, or a virtual safety car, as I'm trying to find as well at the same time anyone who's on a fast lap, and I think Murphy is. He is. Let's stay on board. But regarding strategies, we see so many people on medium compound tire. So this will be a fight during the race, who will be ahead of the medium runners, and from the soft runners in the start, who will be able to break away from everyone else. So different strategies along the field, but it's good to see everyone attempting here to go for a different strategy. How do you see it? What is your opinion? What is the tricky part of Japan during a race?
During the race, definitely turn 1 and 2. Obviously, they are the same turn. It's just slightly tighter on the second part. We could see a bit of issues going into the uphill hairpin and possibly into 130R. People just pushing each other off the track. Obviously, the drivers are going to be running almost as high downforce as they possibly can, just to still be good on the straights, but you need to be really good in the first section of the track. And yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks where you need the downforce, and if you don't have the downforce, there's gonna be a collision.
Yeah, it's very, very tricky to avoid any contact, especially in the early stage. Let's hope we won't see any big incidents. However, we are just on board with Ryan Mills here, looking very strong and clean as well in the S section at the beginning. In the Ferrari, let's have no Spinala from the Ferrari driver here. Currently approaching the spoon as well, braking shortly behind the 50-meter board, going wide and just staying on the throttle, trying to brake as less as possible and just let the car roll around the last turn again on a straight here. As he said, you do want to have some sort of downforce for the first section, but then on the other side, don't have too much downforce, because otherwise you will decrease your time. However, Ryan Mills is just about to approach the line, activating DRS, and he made it to P5 at 29.0 on the soft tires, making sure he will get into Q3. It's very quiet out on track. We have many people in the pit lane. If you would leave the track now, I'm not 100% sure if you make it. I think it's a little bit too late, but we have another starter as well, as an Hedgehog. I'm currently P12. Let's stay on board with him and see if he can make it out of Q. Have a yellow flag in sector 1. That looks like the Ryan Mills. Maybe it is a low fuel mode for him, but Hedgehog just having to brake a little bit. Be very, very careful on the exit here. Let's have a look at the time for sector 1. A 32.6, just improved by a fraction for himself. Almost lost the car. A very, very nice section going under the bridge. The layout from Japan is absolutely beautiful. If you just look at the minimap, early acceleration here for the Renault driver. Had to push the car a little bit. Some corrections as well on the long right. Well, I was about to say right turn, but it's more like a straight going towards the right side. Ooh, almost lost the car. Don't touch the curb on the left hand side, otherwise you won't be able to accelerate early. Ferrari driver is giving a lot of space for Hedgehog to pass on the straight, approaching 130R here, and he did improve by 3/10. Let's see about his lap time in total. He ran out of ERS and cutting the curb on the first one. He had to catch a car. Very well done. Very good catch. The activated DRS trying to stay on the inside and just missed it by 1/10. His teammate Ghost, who is currently P10. Is this gonna be it? I don't think he will be able to go into qualifying 3. Very unfortunate. The Red Bull just separated by 1 fraction. Currently, Ghost was able to qualify his teammate, and we are approaching. Well, that's it. And I was talking too much to realize that we already finished qualifying 3, Hedgehog was the last driver to have an attempt, a run onto to make it into Q3, but we have on the medium tires Red Bulls on P2 in the Red Bull, also Freefall and his teammate on the medium compound tire Ben as well, BX37 Pro. As at the meantime we're just watching Hedgehog doing a little bit of drifting here. Murphy also made it behind Ryan Mills, and we'll be able to see the entire lineup in just one here. Ryan Murphy as well made it into qualifying. Ryan Mills on the soft as well as Sniper Boy. This will be important for as well as go on tires. So only 3 drivers will start the race on soft. We have Piero, Revan Mill, and Gautier on medium tires. Now guys, we come to the big showdown in Suzuka. Who will be able to take the pole position? Will we see a third time Freefall for pole position, or is it's gonna Piero, Ben, or Jay Wills able to take the pole position away from him? As I have to correct myself, as Jay Wills is not here in Q3, so it's down to Ben and Piero trying to steal away pole position in Suzuka. What do you expect? Who do you think will have the best shot to start as far as at the front as possible?
I'm just going off of what we've seen from qualifying 1 and 2. Obviously, we haven't seen practice yet. We haven't seen practice because it isn't on the schedule. But I'm looking at a possible Sniper Boy Heart PS or Freefall. If Freefall just doesn't piece these final laps together now, I think Sniper Boy could take it. He's showing absolutely amazing pace today.
Absolutely agree with that one as well. Sniper Boy very far as well. The first car again out on track, just making sure not being caught up by any traffic. But we are going to join Ben today on his very first lap. We haven't seen any lap from his side so far, so he will be the first driver we will go through. But I absolutely agree, it's going to be very tricky, but also Ben is going to be very close. I'll put my money on Ben. He will be very close on taking pole position here, but let's see who is going to be able to just get on the throttle a little bit earlier than the rivals around him. Qualifying 3, 10 minutes to go, 10 minutes left on the clock. Very impressive driver setup so far.
Yeah, as I said before, it's definitely a high downforce circuit, and surprisingly enough, the drivers are only on full throttle for 66% of the lap. That just shows how much downforce you actually need around here. Most of the time, you are having to lift just because you're going into turns that you just can't hang on to. But well, with these current cars anyway, we might see with the 2022 regulations, we might be flat out through quite a lot of the corners, and that'll be really fun to watch.
Maybe we'll see about the changes that we'll have in real life and what the game will bring us alongside as well. But would you like to take the honor to talk us through Ben's first attempt in qualifying 3?
Oh, I'd absolutely love to. Everyone on the soft tires at the moment, just clipping the apex, taking as much curve as you can without invalidating. Now coming up to the hairpin in sector 2, shifting down to either gear 2 or gear 1, taking a rather wide line, but it still works. You need all the speed you can going into spoon curve now. Double apex left-hander, almost a recreation of Turkey, or maybe Turkey a recreation of this. Now coming on to the back straight, highest speed of possibly about 200 miles per hour, coming up 195, 196, going into 130R, not taking any curb, going into the final chicane, quite a historical one, taking as much curb as you can, and a wide line, or in Ben's case, a pretty tight line, to take a 128.001.
Wow. What a time. Absolutely impressive. Taking the pole position of today. See, I have noted there was one Alfa Romeo driver who had a yellow flag. I think that was in sector 2, or beginning of sector 2. I'm not 100% sure who it was. It doesn't look like it was Murphy.
Yeah, I would have probably put my money on Murphy, because he's the one that's going around there now, but by all means, it could be freefall, since he is coming around the final turns now.
I guess we'll
and
see.
he is going into the pits.
So it might be him as well. Murphy coming across the line, activating DRS now. He made a 28.6, 3 tenths behind Piero, who also set a lap time, a 28.3, just 3 tenths behind Ben. Very impressive, very, very close at the... Who else do we have? We have Ryan set a 30.0, that is 2 seconds slower at the moment than Ben, but currently P5 and in front of Gautier Lefalong in P6 and a 31.8, close as well behind. Let's see who else is on a lap time for now. We have Revan Melvin in the Williams. Did I miss anyone else? Who haven't we?
Raf Bolt is on a flying lap at the moment. He's coming around the final, the back straight now, going into 130R. He's been doing absolutely amazingly, a 1 minute 12 in sector, combining sectors 1 and 2, coming around the final corner. And does he take a tighter or a wider line? He takes more of a wider line, a bit more speed, and he stays in 5th. He goes up to 5th, sorry.
Goes up to 5th, indeed, and a 29.2 at the moment, just behind Sniper Boy right now. We see as well, who else is on a lap right now? We have Bruce is just about to approach the turn. Let's see about his lap time, and he made a 29.8. He did improve his lap time from qualifying 2. Currently, he's very improved. Considering if you look at the history from the previous 2 races, so very a good start for him. Reverend Melvin as well, just about to approach the finish line, and he just made it in front of Goats on a 29.6. P7 for him right now. Who else is on a flying lap? We have a sector 1 and 3 yellow flag. I can't really see anything on the map, but
sector 3 at the moment, I think that's Gautier Le Felon. I probably screwed that one over as well, but I think he was just on a slow lap now, just to go into the pits with low ERS and low fuel. And he does. But we do have the McLaren of Piero possibly coming around, and he's going into the pits as well. It's really hard to find out whether they're going into the pits or whether they're actually staying out.
And I've just received as well a message saying that my audio is still not working fine. I'm not 100% sure how to fix that. If you do want to head over for now, I think Freefall is on a flying lap to talk us through.
Okay, so coming around the S section now, is really easy to get up onto those curbs and just spin it around, but he keeps it glued to the track. Coming around the 2 right-handers now, braking down to 3rd, going up the hill, up to the hairpin now, taking a bit of a middle line between tight and a bit wide. a bit of a tighter line going through that turn now, going into Spoon Curve, taking the one apex, taking the other apex absolutely amazingly, not using much of the runoff because that will invalidate your lap. Going at about 195 miles per hour up to 130R, where he literally does not have to go any slower than on the straight, coming around the final corner, and he's taking a wider line, a bit more speed, and he goes with a 127.5. That is just under 3/10 of the pole time of Lewis Hamilton in 2017. Absolutely amazing job.
Very impressive indeed. Just disconnect as well from the Wi-Fi everywhere, so I hope you will be fixed, connected everything else. So you will be have a look at the very quick back and also Hero. So let's have a look at Piero. We weren't on his long time with him so far. Let's see what he will be able to do. Let's have a quick look before we do that onto Murphy. I think he invalidated, or he's on an outlap.
I think he isn't on an outlap, or he's at least on a slow lap, because he hasn't invalidated, but he is on 0 ERS. But he may be coming around for his final lap now with about 1 minute 40 to go. Actually, that's most drivers out on their outlap now, keeping each other quite a bit of space, just to not getting each other's way. Just so they can set their final lap now with 1 minute 20 to go. And let's go on board with the let's go on board now with the McLaren of Piero. He's coming around the S section.
Yes, improved by 2/10. Just cutting the curb on the right hand side, early braking, again touching the curb. This is gonna be a very, very important lap for him. This is his last chance to get P2 or eventually P1. What is it going to be? He would need to make a huge improvement, but currently he is already on a faster lap, and Ben just behind. Let's have a quick look and trying to compare the laps if we see any improvements from the two drivers. So close together. Piero just about to approach 130R. Let's have it right now.
That's 2/10 slower than his fastest lap, but that makes no difference, as BX goes 3 seconds faster.
3/10.
Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely
My mistake.
Fine. That would be very impressive to see a 3 seconds improvement. But Ben is just approaching the turn and so close, almost taking. Well, and while I'm saying this, free fall just absolutely smashed. At 27.3. At 27.3, this is 6 and his rival on two with but Murphy up to P4 right now. Let's see who is on the lap time. TF LeFleur is out of fuel. He won't be able to improve. I think that was already he improved his sector space, but he did finish his lap already. Reverend Alvin just on the last attempt, well, approaching the last turn, staying quite in the middle in DRS and going to 6 for the William drivers on the 29.0. And I think that's it. Everyone else just on a in-lap moment.
Oh, we do have Piero coming around again. He's going a bit faster than his last lap. He has almost ran out of ERS, and he's almost ran out of fuel. He may be pushing for this final turn now. Coming around, and he goes into the pits to abort that lap. So, this grid is surprisingly close to each other. We have two drivers on the exact same lap time. Piero and Sniper by Heart PS, both on a 128.073.
Very
amazing job.
Absolutely impressive here in qualifying 3. I think we have not seen anything like that before, to have the exact same time here. Piero just able to sneak in front of Sniper Boy, but so close.
Oh, this CRA. If the CRA race manages to throw up some of the actual tier races now, I'm gonna be surprised if some of these drivers don't make it into the higher tiers next season. Absolutely amazing job by absolutely everyone.
Absolutely correct. And just a reminder, as mentioned already, this is the last race to see and to show your pace. After this race, everyone will be under review if you are in the correct setting and into the correct league. If you want to talk us through the top 10 here, just in case if I have some more issues.
Absolutely no problem. We got Freefall setting the pole time with a 127.334, about 100th, 200ths away from Lewis Hamilton's 2017 pole time. Behind him we have Big Ben, Piero, Sniper Boy Heart PS, both on the same time. CRL Murphy behind him. Reverend Melvin showing the Williams some great pace at the moment. Gautier Le Felon in the Haas. Raf Bolt just behind him. Ghost Angel 1 backing the runners who set a quick lap. And Ryan Mills, who didn't set his final lap and retired from Q3. We're going to have an amazing race in store for us.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Very impressive what the drivers are already showing here. It is beautiful. It was beautiful to watch, and impressive as well for P3 and P4. Just, there's not even a fraction, there's not even a gap. It was just a question who was able to set the lap time first. And in this case, it was Piero, the guy who was luckily finishing the crossing the finish line before Sniper Boy. And we are just going to wait until everyone is preparing strategies. Do you expect anything fancy, anything different here from maybe the top 10 runner, or are you expecting as well mediums after, behind top 10?
I'm expecting, because I remember seeing in Q2, Sniper Boy Heart PS did set the fastest lap, but he set that fastest lap on 3-lap old softs, so that will be a really interesting one to see what his strategy will be on slightly more worn softs. Now, we're also looking at what tires everyone's starting on. We got the top 3 on mediums. Sniper Boy is the first on of the soft runners. CRL Murphy, Reverend Melvin, Gautier Le Felon, and Raf Boult 2 are going from 5th to 8th on the mediums as well. So there's a bit of a medium sandwich as CRL Murphy gets disqualified from the formation lap. Not quite sure what that would be about.
It does look like he was disqualified. Not sure what happened there, as he's the only car back on the starting grid. But yeah, we see so many of hard ties with Jack Wills and P15 and Greg also on hard tires, so they are going to try to go for something else, something different, and maybe they will see a huge comeback in race from the two drivers. Looking very promising.
Yes, now before we go to Green Flag Racing around here, this amazing historic track, there's also a bit of a dark side to this track, and we'll be going silent on lap number 17 just just as a nice tribute to the late Jules Bianchi. And anyone who is watching the stream, maybe doing their own stream, we'd like you to also get involved and just have a lap of silence, lap number 17, just to remember such an amazing Grand Prix racer.
Yes, many incidents happen in Japan. Many people unfortunately left life as well on track while doing the favorite sport they have a big passion for. But let's not talk about being sad like this, because to start, we are about to have an amazing race, and hopefully no safety cars, hopefully no big incidents. Just talk through the lights off, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're out, and we're away. And there's quite a slow start from an Alfa Romeo, who takes a Renault off the track as Freefall goes into T1 unscathed. Behind him, BX, Piero, who's just been side by side with Sniper Boy. We have Reverend falling back as well. CRA Murphy had an absolutely terrible time on the start. And Jay Wills has already got himself up to into 8th with his hard tyres. He's looking to possibly pit at lap 10 or 11 on those tyres. As everyone's now one abreast, as there is a Ferrari of Crash Gaming who's just spun. Unfortunately, the Ferrari curse has not been lifted today.
Very unfortunate for him indeed. He's trying to make it back as he did run off track again. Maybe the tires are just too hot for him, trying to come back to the field. But as he said, we have already changes from 2 drivers. The first one is Jay Wills, 5 positions already improved, and also we have Joy improved his by 5 places as well. However, the very stable Jay Wills, Piero and Sniper Boy having a here going into the last few turns. Piero quick air fire and going to one. Did he disconnect?
I'm not sure whether he disconnected or whether he's just paused there, whether his controller's died or something. We haven't had a message to say that he has fallen down yet. He, as the timing screen goes a bit haywire, as it's showing him in P14, where he's actually in P4, I believe.
Yeah, let's try to ignore the screen on the left side and focus on the map, as we can see actually what is going on. And very interesting to see. We didn't see a safety car or a virtual safety, which is already amazing. And positive as well here for the Academy race. We have a battle at the front. Who's this? Ben is taking the lead. He took the lead. Did he lead before Freefall? Is this fallen? I do think it is. Freefall now in P2. Yes, it is indeed. Ben was just able to sneak around before 130R and takes the lead for the race at the moment. We have a very slow Ferrari. Is this Crash Gaming again? Unfortunately,
it is Crash Gaming again. I think his tires are just a bit too hot. As we're going on to lap, yeah, we are on lap 3 now. The graphic didn't update very well then, but Crash Gaming has now retired from the race. Absolutely terrible to see him go. As yeah, just looking for more battles down the order now. Reverend Melvin is pushing that Red Bull of Raph Bolt. Very important for the constructors, and we're definitely looking for some decent racing. Everyone now going past that yellow flag of Crash Gaming. As far as I'm aware, he hasn't brought out any safety car or anything, and the incident's been cleared. So we have 3 different packs at the moment, from 1st to 5th, or 1st to 6th, sorry. And just on board with Mazzles now. He went off the track and just collected Greg's Game Center. That's going to be one to look at. And
we do have the first DNF already. Crash Gaming.
Yes. Yeah,
sure.
Crash Gaming just hit the wall with his hot tires, and unfortunately that was the end of his race there.
Very unfortunate for him. See some well for J P7 and P very close to the front. Let's see if they will be able to stick to sector 1 and overtake. Maybe into Spoon, it's a good opportunity.
Yes, I'd say so. It's all up to braking over there, and there's so many different lines you could take into the corner. As Freefall and Sniper Boy were just having... Freefall and BX were having a little bit of a battle up front. The race isn't won through the first part of the race, though.
Correct, indeed. We do have J Wills coming a little bit, losing a little bit of time actually now. While I was saying that Freefall still very, very close behind Ben. Is he gonna make a move now? Let's see on the back straight. I think it's just a bit too far away for him right now.
Yeah, it's coming around. Coming around now. We've got some decent trains going on at the moment. It's all up to who's gonna be the daring one, who's gonna brake later, or who's gonna keep their foot in the most at 130R. And it's all up to who has the courage and trusts the other player, the other driver, to just give them all the space they need to possibly make overtake of the week. And my god, overtake of the week. Last race's overtakes were absolutely amazing, and it is great to see some overtaking already going on now. We have Raph Bolt being pressured by Reverend Melvin, who tries to go around the outside. Just doesn't make that. But they're so close to each other, about 3/10 of a gap. Reverend Melvin and Raph Bolt both on the both on the mediums, and Jay Wills just behind them on the hards. So it's all up to strategy here, to being so close together. They just don't want to get too cocky.
A small tap there as well. Reverend Melvin just outbraking him. Needs to be very careful not to get any damage. Let's see if we can find out if he had some damage. It doesn't look like looks promising for him. Going a bit wide, but here Jay is going to be able to make a move now on him, very close to him, and the tire going to make a huge difference. Are they going side by?
They're going to go side by side into 130R. Reverend, nope, and Jay Wells just gets ahead going into 130R. Reverend Melvin just clipped that grass and lost all the momentum going into the turn, as he's going to be hunting Raph Bolt now as he gets a better exit out of that turn. And it's a drag race up to turn 1 and turn 2. The Mercedes versus the Red Bull, side by side, just pushing Raph Bolt out, just letting him have a 3-second time penalty. That one might be contested in the incidents as well.
Yeah, very likely. Let's have a quick look as well behind regarding the ERS. Looking good so far. Just had to catch a car as well. But now it's down to him to keep the head down and try to stay in the race. It's a long race, 27 laps still to go.
Exactly, there's a lot of different strategy that can go on, and a lot of different drivers doing a lot of different things. It's all up to it is all up to what they've done in Q2 if they started in the top 10, and from there is all up to who's going to be that one to push their tyres out to the max. Up at the front at the moment, your current order on lap 6 is BX37, followed by Freefall. They're having an amazing battle out front, followed by Sniper Boy, who's 4 seconds behind that battle in his own mind on the softs. Then Piero just following him with Jay Wills, who is currently on a slaughter spree of overtakes.
Indeed, very, very impressive from him. Melvin, a little bit of time here. The DRS, he's very slow. It's massive. You spawn in turn number 1 on the curb. You don't want to accelerate there, but he was letting the cars pass with the blue flag. Fair play from him.
Yeah, it's always nice to go out of the way. It's always nice not to throw anyone off, because of the ghosting model in F1, you really don't want to be throwing anyone off. You just want to get out of the way at the best opportunity.
Definitely, and Reverend Melvin here, so close to Red Bull, is going to take maybe spoon the exit.
Yeah, he's going up now into Spoon, just has the gap onto Reverend Melvin. He does go a bit wide though. Reverend Melvin has a better line through there. Now going into the back straight, it's going to be a drag race again with a slipstream. Hopefully they don't weave, because that is a massive opportunity, as the Red Bull almost does. 130R, and Reverend Melvin just had to take that tighter line and lose out. But there's always chance going into the chicane now. Reverend Melvin just put his nose in, just slowing that Red Bull down. I don't think that's a massive issue, but they're now side by side as Reverend Melvin looks to be passed.
Yeah, very impressive from him, from the driver. A lot of back on the field already between the three builds. How many positions did he make good? Let's have a quick look at 9 positions already.
That's 9
impressive.
positions, yeah. And Mazzles has unfortunately DNF'd in the pits. He's retired from this race today. Has pit now for a new set of softs. So that could be a really interesting 2-stop strategy in this race.
Ooh, as we just see, Greg's Game Center is spinning out and touched the wall. Very unfortunate for him. And Freefall taking a 3 seconds time penalty.
That could be absolutely crucial to who wins this race today. At the moment, it looks like it's against BX37, known as Big Ben, or Freefall, and Freefall will need to try and get a 3-second gap as it stands at the moment. So we have 16. Yeah, sorry, we have 16 runners in the race now. Jay Wills throwing in an absolutely amazing performance on the slowest tyre, but he seems to be making it look like the fastest tyre at the moment with his skills.
Indeed. Meme and Moody also positioned there, unfortunately, to Sniper Boy as he went a little bit wide, and Freefall and Ben still battling at the front. It's so hard to follow in dirty air for the moment, struggling as well with the 3 seconds time penalty.
Yeah, the time penalties around here is always a weird one, but that's what makes this racing so good. It's all up to strategy, basically. You'll get some good moves, of course. That's what we're here for. But yeah, it's some amazing strategy. There are a few people out there who do say that Fuji is a better track, but you gotta think of the wider picture here. Which one do we love more? And which one do we think has a bit more history about it? People will say that Fuji has more history because that was where Niki Lauda won one of his championships. But Suzuka, you've had championships being fought.
We have a battle of freefall as well at the front. Now DRS and overtake, just overtaking Ben easily.
Yeah, he's got everything open, just going into the corner way better at the moment. He knows he's got to push that 3-second gap by the end of the race, and that was an amazing move from him.
Indeed, as we have just reached a state where everyone is settling down, we still have different tires as well. Let's see. So J Wills looking very strong here to take the W, maybe being a big contestant. We have the usual picture, the top 4, Freefall, Ben, Piero and J Wills, the 4 driver who has impressed us a lot recently.
You see, you never know with these drivers. They may be in tier 3 by the next race. 'Cause they're showing so much talent out there at the moment, and it's absolutely amazing to see how CRA is evolving our drivers.
Definitely, 100%.
It's amazing. That's why CRA is here. Everyone sort of gets to learn the game as it is, and gets to learn everything about it. Gets to learn how to fight side by side with a bit linear on the rules, just to allow this to happen.
Indeed, and as we were talking about that, Ben just took the lead again here in front of Freefall. Just looking back a little bit too much here, Ben, and touched the grass on the left hand side. Freefall is going to be able to close up, but it's this S section. Very difficult.
Yeah, we're just going on to lap 11 now. Most of the drivers have stayed out on whatever tyre they are on at the moment. The fastest driver that has made a stop at the moment is Sniper Boy Hart PS. He's currently in 8th place, but he's well within the pit window of everyone else at the moment. The pit lane loss around this track is approximately 17.65 seconds. So it's really crucial to try and stay within that magic 18 seconds.
Sorry to interrupt, we're going to see probably an overtake here from Murphy onto L Wyatt.
Yeah, that's what we've been told to call him. And just edging on the inside, just fighting that one. A little cheeky from Wyatt. But the move has stuck, and that was absolutely amazing from those runners.
Definitely, I think Wyatt was trying to do a switchback to turn number 2. A beautiful move if you get it right, but it's so difficult to make it work.
Yeah, it's so difficult, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, and that's what CRA is here to do.
Just watching Sniper Boy as well here, trying to stick with the Renault in front on a better tire. The tire difference is should be huge right now. Rough Bull on 10-lap-old tires, and Sniper on 3-lap-old tires, softs.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a pretty fast 2-stop strategy, soft to possibly medium or hards. That is an interesting one. But it can work.
We have Red Bull just went into the wall and crashed out. So unlucky for him. I think it was too early on the throttle course. Let's have a quick look at the top runner right now. He's gonna go into the pits. So how long is the virtual safety car gonna last?
It's going to be a weird one. We do have Wyatt coming into the pit in the most of that safety car at the moment. We've also had the Red Bull of Mishi Joy come into the pits. He's just on his way out now in P14, going on to another set of medium tyres, and it'll be interesting to see whether Big Ben or Freefall will take the opportunity to switch now they're on 11-lap-old tyres. As Big Ben does dive into the pits, and he almost got a penalty there. As Sniper Boy now gets a drive-through penalty for
Speed.
just being a bit too fast.
Very unfortunate for penalties. Freefall decided to stay out to push 3 seconds, trying to do something different here. Question is that the right move? But we'll see it with a few laps. Lap 13.
Of course, he's got the lapped car of El Wyatt in front of him now.
Mishy Joy just
that's Mishy Joy just spinning it on his colder tyres. The blankets haven't done very well for him around here at the moment. As we just see Raf Bull text in the session, P16 on the board. So at the moment, all of the drivers currently in the race, as long as nobody DNFs now, will get a point because of the CRA driver points allowance. So Freefall at the moment will take the mass amount of points, as Ghost Angel 1 will take 1 point at the moment.
Absolutely, with the new point system, it's good to see that some more people on the lower positions will collect some points for the championship for the long run. Very important and very satisfying as well, I would say.
Yeah, all you have to do is finish the race, really, and you've got some points on the board, so you can feel like you've done really well. And to an extent, everyone has been, because the competition around here is absolutely fierce.
Absolutely, yes, definitely agree to that one. And we see Ben as well, currently in 18.7 seconds, 6.5, closing up onto Freefall. It's going to be crucial how long is he going to stay out, and looks like he's going to go for a few more laps. Maybe he's going for a different strategy than Ben. We'll see. Very interesting to see here.
Yeah, Sniper Boy has just served his drive-through penalty. He's coming out just in front of Ryan Mills. He's going to be a big contender into the later stages of today's race. As we see that's Mean Man Moody in the gravel, just behind the action I was just looking at, and he's just lost quite a bit of time, losing 2 positions in the progress.
Indeed. Let's have a quick look at the time penalties currently, as we are aware. As the front with a free fall, very, very crucial here for 3 seconds. But also the midfield battle. Reverend Melvin, 3 seconds, as well as Sniper Boy, both Williams drivers, my apologies, on 3-second time penalties.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely crucial to who gets the most points they can this race. As Freefall now just comes around... where is he coming around? I'm trying to have a look. He's coming around now on lap 15, the end of Sector 1. He's just past El Wyatt for lap, for the lap position, I call it. There's a pretty hefty gap to Jay Wills, but there is a massive strategy gap as well. Because Jay Wills will be looking for that 1 stop, and Freefall will be looking for a slightly faster 1 stop. But it's all up to if the safety car will come out, what will happen. Because everyone will be bunched up at that point.
We have a spin. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Livia and Mishy Joy had a small battle. They were ghosting on my screen only because we had Freefall just passing them. Mishy almost lost the car, and Livia just touching it and then unstabling the car. Unfortunate for both driver. Well, for Mishy more.
Yes, of course, we go on to lap 16 with Freefall now, and just a reminder that we will be going silent next lap as soon as Freefall does come over the line, as there is a safety car. There is a safety car. Mean Man Moody has lost it at turn 5 at the S's. We have a full safety car in effect at the moment. As soon as the leader goes onto lap 17, us in the comms box will be going silent to remember the late Jules Bianchi. And we encourage everyone to be silent with us, especially you, Jeff.
Please, Jeff.
Please, Jeff, be quiet.
Absolutely annoying sometimes during a race. And update on time, on penalties. We have 2 drive-through penalties, unfortunately, and we have the one for Murphy here and the other one for Ghost as well.
You see, Murphy's listened to my voice again. He's lost it.
Unfortunately, can we please stop having the commentator curse? That would be amazing to have this experience here.
Yeah, that would be amazing, yeah. Yeah, Freefall just coming around Spoon now. He's got the lapped car of El Wyatt behind him, just trying to make sure they stay in that delta. As we do have Mishi Joy Joy and Jay Wills next to each other as well. I don't think the lap traffic will be allowed to go through during this safety car. As Freefall now comes around, it'd be a good idea to pit here as he does, and as soon as he crosses the line, now we will have a lap of silence for Joe Bianchi. Thanks everyone for being involved in the one lap silence for Jules Bianchi. We're back on board with Freefall at the moment. He's gone on to the soft tyres, same with Jay Wills just behind him. Piero has gone onto the hards for the rest of the race, as Big Ben goes onto the mediums to try and do the same. Reverend Melvin just behind on the hards as well. He put those on during the virtual safety car. And we have Hedgehog and Ryan Mills just behind them on the softs and hards respectively. So, Steiny, what can we expect from the From the rest of the race.
From the rest of the race, it's gonna be very, very interesting. Interesting to see as well the different tires between the top contenders for this race win. But as we mentioned already before, Jay, absolutely impressive. Now on P2, just behind of a freefall, looking very, very promising. Taking the if we free fall and stay behind him. Ooh, that was very, very close as well from the McLaren driver. Almost went into Jay Wills, and I think
In fact, Jay Wills does get a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Piero. That one's going to be put on the race director, and we will be seeing an appeal for that one. I don't see why he should have the 5-second penalty, honestly. That was more of a mistake on both of the drivers' part.
Looking more towards like a mistake from the McLaren driver running into the back, but something easy you can report steered. So it's most importantly to keep your head down and definitely focus on the victory. It does say, let's have a look. It does say 5 seconds and more penalty seconds than free fall, but this is something that he will be able to have removed afterwards, and I think we're going for another lap here, looking promising for the top runner and for everyone on soft right now, because I think, how many laps can the soft runner do? 9?
The soft runner, I would expect about 8-9 laps out of the tyres, honestly. Just because of how they are, how they are the softest compounds, since we are at quite a fast track, you need all the grip you can get. And the soft tyres we have on now, they may be the hard tyres at a race like Silverstone.
Yes.
Just because of the way that the track's built, and the tyre degradation may be completely different. Mishi Joy is now catching up to the back of the pack. Hopefully he can join the back just before we get back to racing.
Yeah, and talking about some background, I really hope that it won't be an issue for Ghost, who's sitting behind Freefall now. Hopefully he will be able to overtake the safety car now, but I'm sure that he will be. Hopefully there won't be any issues with overtaking him as soon as we go back to racing.
Yeah, as soon as we go back to racing, we can expect the lapped cars to just pull off and get out the way of all the faster cars around them, just to sort of let the racing go ahead without having any ghosting, because that is a big issue at the moment.
He's already... he was trying to let them pass, but looking at position, Jay was absolutely smashing the race. Working out before the runners definitely have a chance of getting high points, and Jay was absolutely here in a good spot, just mentioned before. Game Center also on 6% improvement, started on P16, and Hedgehog as well, 5 position change, as well as Michi Joy. Many changes already happening as we have the safety car going in the lap right now, and to control the pace. Let's see what he will do.
Yeah, we got Freefall now, definitely controlling the pace, definitely backing the pack up. He's not going to be going until that safety car does pull in, as he is accelerating now, as that random better get out the way, as we're back racing, ring racing at Suzuka.
What thing like he is? Oh, there was some breeze from Ben as well. Touch Piero's back. Ghost is actually just ghosting at the moment. We have a funny joke here as well along, but so much battle is going on. Who should we jump on? It's absolutely true for every single driver to stay behind during this S section. Let's jump onto Jay Wills, picking up a 3 seconds time penalty. So it's this one because he's not able to tap down, or is it based on his pushing too hard and trying to catch Jay Freefall? free fall at the moment, 1.3 seconds in front.
I think it was a bit of pushing from Jay Wills, but you can expect that if those two drivers do pull out ahead now of Piero, who is currently on 6-lap-old hard tyres, we may see quite a colossal battle, as both will be on 3 seconds penalties, assuming that 5-second penalty gets removed. That puts them on a level playing ground of possibly winning this race.
Yeah, especially do like the word possibly. The chances are very high, but you never know what's going to happen. Freefall is pushing really a lot here, just obviously it's setting the fastest lap, but will he be able to keep the pace? Jay Wills just behind him, 1 second. His task is going to be trying to stay in the DRS window, make as few mistakes as possible, and maybe, how many seconds did he get? 3 seconds, right? So he needs to overtake him on track to take the W away from freefall. Looking a bit better now for the Alfa Romeo runner and front, but we have some very, very close battles here, as we have someone due to spawn. Reverend Melvin went into the wall on the left. Unfortunately for him, he's dropping down the order very quick now after that.
Yeah, he's lost a bit of his front wing as well, and that's not what we want with 7 laps to go now, as he just goes onto the gravel as well. This is turning out to be a terrible final end of the race for him. Hopefully he can get into the pits and still try and blitz for that fastest lap, just to take it away from the current. Talking about fastest lap, who does have it? It's free fall at the moment with a 129.9, with Jay Wills just going behind 2 tenths slower. So if he does manage to get to him, just with some cleaner air, we may see a great... Oh! And the gap for that fastest lap now comes down to 3 thousandths. Absolutely Amazing racing in the times at the moment.
Definitely, I absolutely agree as well. It is a beautiful race, and it is crucial to stay in dirtier in sector 1, and probably the toughest one as well. The curb on the left hand side, as Sniper Boy is just showing us here how crucial the curbs are to gain a bit more time, but also how difficult it is to stay on track and to have a flat out exit of the S section, staying behind Hedgehog. Very controlled. It's looking like as up the Hedgehog, but this doesn't look like a too hard. It wouldn't be any damage. Is he going to be able to make a move now? Pushing a lot with overtake as well. Step away behind the Renault driver.
Yeah, it looks like he seems to be running a bit faster at the moment, just getting a little bit frustrated just behind that Renault, just trying to get ahead of that second pack, as we have Piero and Big Ben in a league of their own at the moment, and at the front, Freefall and Jay Wills battling out for the current lead. I'm not going to say anything because of the commentator's curse. It's up to everyone's minds. I'm not going to say anything. As we have Greg's Game Center just retiring. I'm not sure what that was. And there's a VSC out.
Very crucial. Is anyone going to go into the pits? Anyone taking the advantage? But I don't think that you have to.
Yes, it's El Wyatt goes into the pits. And all I can think of for that incident is he's just taken a bit too much curb from 130R. And then just overcorrected afterwards. That'd be the only thing I could think of, honestly. But it's shaking up the race a bit more now. The soft runners at the front and Hedgehog in P5, they can conserve the tyres. Piero can conserve those hards a bit more to have a bit more pace at the end.
Wonderful. And asked a few, how is that? More supporters or certain drivers after this incredible race so far, the beautiful overtakes and attempts to switchbacks.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing what the drivers are trying to go through just to win or gain positions at the moment. It's honestly why we're here, and it's honestly an amazing show, because you don't get this in higher tiers. You'll see people go for more daring moves around here. Even on tracks you can't really overtake on. That's the spirit of CRA. We're here to show that you can make the moves, and sometimes even the most experienced drivers on this game can learn a thing or two from the academy drivers. I'm sure you have over your time in Tier 1.
Yeah, I had an absolutely amazing time so far. I'm on 0 points, and I was very unlucky with the race start, so I can definitely learn something from the driver. For example, for Ghost, if he's gonna finish the race, I need to stop here because Sniper is getting very, very close to Hedgehog, but wasn't able to make the move. Big difference in the tire sets, both on 7 or 8 laps. But soft tires should wear off slowly, but it's just the time for Sniper to shine and hopefully overtake him. But
yeah, the soft tires, I don't think they'll last till the end of the race.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure, because the soft runners at the moment at the front are on 6 laps or 7 laps old, and you might see the tires in 70-80%, and that's where you can start to get slow punctures and actual punctures. It's really hard if you go over debris and on really worn tires. It's race breaking.
I absolutely agree as well here. From freefall, trying to break the slipstream as well for his rival behind him, J Wills, just going to the right hand side. It is those small moves that makes you just a little bit quicker than the rival behind you or in front of you, whoever you're racing, and this is the beauty of racing. Oh, as I was saying this, J Wills, don't spin, don't.
That's
got a little bit of damage there.
He's got a wooden plank on his car now. The commentator's curse has done it again.
Absolutely, I would like to officially apologize to him already once he watches back. I shall not talk about any driver on stream anymore. This is his 3rd time already this race.
Yeah, I think you need to give him a nice, comforting, personal message after that one.
I absolutely
As
agree.
BX is now closing up on him, J Wills is definitely going to have to go into the pits with 3 laps to go. He won't be able to hold it out.
Oh, will he? That's the big question. It looked like
could he go into the pits, or could he actually stay out?
It looked like
It's a gamble.
Orange damage. So
yeah, I'd say that's orange or red.
I wouldn't say
Just because the entire structure of the wing's gone, but he is staying out.
very, very interesting strategy from him.
Oh, and Murphy spun. Oh, he's done it again. See, I was told to prepare for that moment. Sorry, Murphy. Sorry to cut you off.
That is all right. That's all right. Beautiful to watch. Jay, slow, no downforce. Him is be able to do a easy move, or a Piero might chance of catching them if Ben doesn't make a move anytime soon here on J Wills. J Wills needs to go very wide here, but makes a good corner, respecting that he has such big damage on his wing. Ben probably getting a bit frustrated here. Don't touch the curb on the acceleration. Be careful. Piero closing up to him.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Piero's doing an amazing job. 12-lap old hards, and it looks like J Wills is just holding up Big Ben at the moment. Freefall looks to be getting away.
This is his chance.
I'm not gonna comment.
Same.
After what we've seen, I'm not gonna comment. I'm gonna comment on the midfield. I'm not gonna comment when people are finishing.
Same. let's just watch this in silent and absolutely enjoy the overtake we're about to see right now.
Yeah, we're on the final lap now with free fall as he comes around turn 2 into the S section complex. He's been amazing this race. He's gotta be honest, but driver of the day. Since we are in the final closing laps of the race, who has been who have you kept an eye on the most this race?
I have to give this to Jay Wells. Absolute impressive drive from him. He started so far back in the field, and he still finishes in the top 5 if you can bring it down. Now, talking about that, Piero is coming very close now to Jay Wells. Is he going to be able to make a move on track? But
oh, this could be very interesting. Jay Wells does have that 3-second penalty, so Piero just needs to be mindful. He doesn't have to risk the overtake.
You don't have to, but on the other side, we are all racing drivers. Don't you want to finish on track?
We all want to finish in front on track, don't we?
I do believe that we do. And who is just about to make it across the finish line? It is free fall. It is his first victory
free fall.
after having a pole position here. Free fall, finishing the race as he. Congratulations, absolutely amazing race from him. As we just talked about free fall in the race, Piero made the move as well on Jay Wills. He had the satisfaction from as a racing driver. Impressive drive from him, taking P2 now on the board and just behind on P3 and Hedgehog. I do remember he finished P4 as well last race, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he's in P4 at the moment because of that 5 seconds though, but we'll have to see about the actual timings when we get into the final screens now. Freefall's gotta be absolutely proud of himself. We've got people in the chat, Dragon on Speed, just congrats. Just saying congrats to Freefall, pole to flag. Absolutely amazing. Dominated this race. Well, not dominated, he did, but he's been the fastest driver out there.
Yes, very. Let's have a quick look before we end this race as well. Here, Freefall getting 41 points this race, taking the W during this race, plus the fastest lap. Impressive for him. Finally able to the checkered flag at the first to collect on the finish line. Pole position maybe or likely a for being in a higher tier from next race. And talk about next race, and we'll have a look at just after confirming the final grid. And Michi Joy, was it Michi Joy? I do apologize, who took the driver of the day here. I'm seeing some nice dance moves as well. Pole position for free fall, taking the victory here in Suzuka, just in front of McLaren and AlphaTauri.
Yeah, we will be talking about next race. What is the next race?
We have Azerbaijan, an absolutely fan favorite if it comes to watching the race. If it comes down to driving, the castle section is probably the one of the most crucial parts. But before we go further into that, Freefall taking the pole, got the pole position in qualifying and take the W at the end as well. Piero is P2, McLaren is finally up the order as well, again getting some more points as well. AlphaTauri, Ben finishing P3, and Hedgehog I think taking another P4 twice in the row here. Impressive drive from the Renault driver. Ferrari J, Ryan Mills P5, Jay Wills just behind, very unlucky with his wing damage. He will be gutted about his race, but still impressive driving. Saying that, P7 got here LeFlon, started on P7, finished it on P7, Michi joined P8, L. Wyatt, I don't know how to pronounce the name, still we need to speak to him after the race, P8 and who was P9 and P10? We'll have a quick look at the end. But yeah, Baku, next race, next Monday. Hopefully we have Pheasant back again. I do apologize to everyone again for the sound issues. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but it was absolute a pleasure to be here, and it was an even bigger pleasure to have you alongside Mr. Lynx. It was a lot of fun. Any final words regarding the race from today, and what are your expectations for Baku?
Oh, well, the race today, absolutely amazing job. Mishu Joy went from P8 to P18 to P8. Absolutely amazing job from everyone out on track, to be honest. A few mistakes, but that's expected in the lower tiers. It is the training ground, and
Right.
we can expect some of the front runners now to definitely find their way into tier 3 for next week. Going into the race next week, who do you think is probably better suited to consistency, and who would you expect to do very well around the street track?
Very, very crucial as well, just because it is a street track, and considering that after potentially getting promoted, or just in general having to race in a different tier and starting the race in Azerbaijan, Baku, one of the toughest one on the calendar in my opinion. It's so easy to crash out around there, so I do see Freefall and I would say Ben as a top contender here doing well as well. If you look at the consistency, we have seen some amazing races from them, but also Piero and J Will's beautiful races from them. So my top 2 contender will be Ben and Freefall, just down to consistency.
Well, if it is down to Ben and Freefall, we just don't want to say their names next week. Well, especially you. We may have to get some duct tape out.
I will definitely wear some duct tape then. However, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure to have everyone here, everyone in the chat watching the stream. A huge thank you as well to sticking around. However, we had some issues again on the technical part. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments. Leave a like there and make sure you are subscribed as well, not to miss out any further races. And the next races will be on Thursday, where tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 will show how they race around Japan. And saying that, it has been a pleasure, and I will see you all on Thursday. Thank you very much, guys.